In February this year, I decided to start an experiment. Well, to be honest, it was more like a forced challenge. Let me explain. Over the course of the last few years, I was traveling the world. Europe, Middle East, Southeast Asia. It was the best period of my life. Me and my girlfriend Adelia also started our YouTube channel and worked on it really hard all this time. We gained a small audience of almost 15,000 people. However, once it started to generate some real income, Russia invaded Ukraine. And we were put back to the beginning, because our channel was in Russian language, with the majority of our audience both from Ukraine and Russia. So, all of our money were spent, and all of our future dreams and plans were destroyed. But, shortly before the war, I was thinking that this YouTube thing is not really enough. I can't sustain my life just living off YouTube yet. So, in the end of January, as soon as I did my last master exam at my university, I decided to start freelancing. Of course, I could get a normal full-time job and all that, but that's just something I really don't want to do now. I wanted to try something new, do a little challenge to myself and see how fast I can earn $1,000 from scratch. It's not a huge amount of money, right? But that was the point. To put a realistic goal and to achieve it with zero experience in freelancing. So for this goal I chose Fiverr, because it's one of the most popular platforms for freelancing, and as far as I've heard, it's relatively easy to get started. And before we begin, please like this video and subscribe to this channel if you want me to make more videos like this. Alright, week 1. Alright, so the first few days were kind of difficult because I had to basically decide what I'm gonna do during the next few months, you know? And since for my education I'm a data scientist, I decided that some of my gigs will be about data science because I think it can bring some good money, people are gonna pay for it, and it's something that I know a little bit. Like, I'm not gonna say I'm a good data scientist, but you know, I have my education and I have some experience, so like I should know something, I guess. So I have some gigs about data science and other gigs are about technical writing. Now, it's not something I was doing before. I just thought that, you know, I like to write, not about technical stuff, but in general. And I decided just to give it a try and to see, you know, if there is some demand. So there are some gigs on technical writing and on writing about NFT, which is also another area that I know nothing about, but I just thought, why not to learn it on the way, right? Okay, so after I decided what my gigs are gonna be, I had to fill in all this information, and I've spent, I think, more time on the description than I should have. Then another thing that I was thinking would separate me from the rest of the sellers would be really good thumbnails. So I've just spent lots of time on the thumbnails. Like, I've created some general style of all my gigs. And on Fiverr there is also one option where you can put your video, like presenting yourself and your skills. And that was a hit for me because, I mean, I'm filming right now, I have the camera, I have equipment, I have knowledge, skills about filming. So I was thinking, okay, if I put nice thumbnails, nice description and nice video, then only based on that I could outperform the others. So I filmed these videos, I've done some editing, and then I just put them on the Fiverr page. And guess what? The second week I got my requests, my first request from the clients. Some of them didn't work out, but one did work out. So the first order was about some data science project, and the guy paid, I think, just 60 euros, and he was satisfied with my work. He gave me a good review and he wants me to teach him data science, which is nice. For the next week I'll have a lesson with him, and we agreed on the price of 60 USD per lesson. Like, right now I'm not chasing lots of money, I'm just trying to chase lots of good feedbacks on the account. But you know, it still feels good that I got some offers. You just register on Fiverr, you put your skills online and you get offers like immediately. That's crazy. So yeah, we'll see what will happen in the next week. So okay, I got 2 new clients, and both of them wanted me to write NFT articles. Yeah, mostly just content about NFT and crypto. So writing for me is not difficult. I like to write, even though it's a technical writing, it's kind of boring, but I need to do some research, so I'm learning on the way. So I'm okay with that. It's like kind of super weird form of meditation. But I got another client. I wrote this content piece and he was not happy with it. And I wrote him another content piece, you know, I over-delivered to him and he was still not happy. And I think it's a downside of work in general, right? Like, because you still have to provide good service, even though you're a freelancer, like you're a free worker, like you can do whatever. So I thought, but it's actually not the case. Yeah, that's like the first realization for me that freelance might be not something that I want to do in the future, but we'll see. Maybe it will change, maybe it's only because my price is kind of low and I get these clients who are not really serious. So we'll see. All right, week 4. This week was pretty productive and I've had many clients. I got my first long-term client. It's not like a huge money, it's just 35 euros for one article, and all articles are about NFT wallets. So I don't know, it's pretty boring in my opinion, but it shouldn't be that hard. The next one is the Swiss guy, Swiss company. They hired me to consult about their NFT project. So they wrote a paper and they don't really speak good English, so I kind of had to correct them. Even though I'm a foreigner myself and my English is not that good, but I could see lots of like mistakes and stuff, so I just did proofreading and got paid for that, like I think 120 euros. Which is good, I think. I spent like maybe 1 or 2 hours. Then I also consulted a guy who's trying to launch a startup, and the whole idea is kind of it doesn't make any sense. I showed him some mistakes that he obviously has, and I also get paid for that, I think around 100 euros. It was kind of easy money. And then what was not easy was my first lesson. I taught some guy data science. I had to prepare myself, I had to, be kind of like smart and make a good impression that I care about statistics and data science, and it's like the field I'm in love with. So it was kind of hard, and I think I'm not gonna continue doing that. It's okay, like I spent 1 hour, but also I spent lots of time and effort just like preparing myself, and it's just like, it's not worth it. Alright, week 5 till week 8. So it's been 1 month since the last update. And I didn't do any updates because I thought that now it doesn't make sense because there are a lot of work. So now I'm just gonna quickly sum up what I've done during this month. And this month was actually pretty important for me because during this time I understood that I can live off from freelancing. I can just do freelancing and pay my bills, and it's actually not that boring as a 9-to-5 job. Yeah, so mostly I was writing articles. The number of requests went up. That's why I also increased the price. So I'm happy about that, but I'm sure it's not the limit, and you can earn much more with just writing articles. Then I stopped teaching because teaching sucks for me. I don't like it. I don't enjoy it. It was pretty tough time for me, like to prepare for a lesson and to to have this really smart face and talk to another student, like another person who is probably much smarter than me. So it was not fun, and I just said to him, no, we're not gonna do it any further, and I removed this gig completely. Another thing that happened was that I got my first client about YouTube consulting. So I helped this guy to to do some YouTube stuff, gave him some advice. Basically, it was not difficult. It was fun. I felt like I was just talking to a friend, or some random person in a bar. Transferred my knowledge to this person, and yeah, that's something I would actually love to do in the future. For the 30 minutes live consultation, I charged him around $100. Which is good. So far, it's something that I actually enjoyed. These articles, like, it's okay, I can do that, but I don't enjoy it. YouTube consulting is fun. And the last thing that happened, and I think it's the most important one, that I decided to hire people. So I posted these ads on the Ukrainian job search platforms, and I also decided to pay the rate that is more than the average. Like, it's actually much more than the rate on the market. And I found some people who are willing to write articles, and now I'm just kind of trying to give gigs to other people. But so far I think it's nice because lots of Ukrainians need jobs right now, because I just can't complete all the orders that I'm getting. Like, I don't have time for this. Like, really, there are a lot of orders and I'm trying to take all of them, but it's just not enough time. So I think it's a right point where I should hire some people. Alright, so by the beginning of April, I have earned my first $1,000 with freelancing on Fiverr. Within just 2 months, I started freelancing from scratch and in total completed 20 orders. I increased my rate from $5 to $40 per one 500-word article. I made $1,000. Mostly in the second month though. I also started hiring people and essentially laid the foundation for a small agency that hopefully will bring more money in the future. By the way, I'm recording this video in June and I can tell you that it's actually almost true. About what's happening now after a few months of freelancing, I'll tell you in the next video. But only if this one gets at least 500 likes. Sorry, it's YouTube and I have to make this request for you guys. And in the comments please write the topics you would like me to cover in the next video. And also share your own freelancing experience if you got any, of course. Okay, see you soon. Peace.